then, so welcome to another battle report. This time we are going back to Age of Magic and new convert here. If you didn't see his previous
victory.
Battle, well, he's gone spoiled it now. Gone spoiled it. So hopefully you haven't watched that, and he's just done a massive spoiler. But he's probably he's a magician, so he'll just go back in time and change that. So another Age of Magic game. This one is a bit mad because this is a scenario from the Book of Battles.
This is proving that not only can you use any miniatures you own in this game, you can also use any terrain.
Yeah, so this is a river crossing, so this is the crossing game. So basically it's a bit weird in the fact that we're in alternate quarters, okay, and we get bonus points. So we're only going to score, fundamentally, if the warlord, or get bonus points, sorry, if the warlord survives, and more importantly, he has units with him. So. Yeah. Obviously, this game is fairly brutal over 6 turns in the fact that even at 8 points, you generally don't have much left. No. So we're going to see how this all plays out. There is obviously the normal slaughter points or massacre points, whatever you call them. There are no manoeuvre moves in this one either. And basically, we get bonus points for crossing the river, which runs across the centre of the board. So if you get your warlord and units on the other bank, you get bonus points.
And crossing the river is harder than it sounds.
Yes,
as well.
It is. Yeah. So basically, you roll for each half of the river. We've got one half that's quite tame, and then the other half is random.
Random.
So every turn, it basically could get a bit choppy, might not.
We'll see.
And
probably get choppy on me, and you'll probably walk straight through it.
Well,
so we'll see. Last game, I had the idea in my head that the only thing I wanted to achieve was shapeshifting my wizard.
Yeah.
This game, I want to get a troll under the bridge. That's the win condition for me. Right. Everything else comes second, so wish me luck.
So in this game, Tom will be running the Horde, which he's using Games Workshop Night Goblins for, and I will be running the Great Kingdom, which I will be using my old High Elves for. Fresh from 6th edition battle reports into Age of Magic. So
right back in the past.
So, we'll show you the armies, we'll show you the battlefield setup, and we'll get started. Enjoy. Okay, so here we have the crazy battlefield. So we've got the river running straight across the board, and as we said in the brief, we've got the armies set up in quarters already. So, for the Horde stroke Night Goblins, we have a unit of 8 cavalry, that's warriors. We have a wizard, unit of 12 warriors on foot. We have a pair of bipedal creatures, in this case the river trolls. On the opposite bank, not quite sure how these armies have ended up this way round, but there we go. We've got a unit of 12 warriors in true Age of Sigmar conga line, so we'll see how that one plays out. We have a behemoth as the mangler squig. Skarsnik is going to be the warlord again. And then we have the 8 squig Hearthguard unit. Facing off against them in the corner opposite myself is we've got 2 units of 6 warriors, all with bows, because this is a Sylvan elf list. No, Sapphire elf list, sorry, I do apologise. We have a tree man acting as a behemoth, a titan. So he's a titan. We have the static artillery piece, 2 more units of 6 warriors with bows, because the Sapphire elves can take warriors with bow options. We then, on the opposite bank, we have a unit of 4 Hearthguard, which are the Dragon Princes. We have a warlord on beast, being the chariot. I think it's a captain. It's the upgraded version anyway. I think there's the captain and the paladin. It's the better one of the 2. We then have 4 Hearthguard on foot with double-handed weapons. A unit of 8 warriors, and techless, not techless, as the elven mage. Okay, so here we go. Turn 1. The Horde have the advantage of turn 1, but they do only get the 3 order dice again. Okay, turn 1 on the Horde. 3 comets, and he's put 2 in character, 1 in fighters. So Horde movement turn 1. Okay, so end of Horde turn 1. Unfortunately, due to the activation dice, not a lot he could do. But the Warlord and the Hearthguard have advanced up to the river edge. And then over on this side, the Goblins have moved away from the woodland, putting pressure on the road. And into Sapphire Elf turn 1. Now these guys have a load of dice, so they'll be rolling all of their dice. Battle board for the Sapphire Elves. We've got 1 in Champion, 4 in Fighters, 1 in Minions. We've then got on the battle board itself Enfilade and Closing Fire. So surprise surprise, the Sapphire Elves pretty much just held their ground for the turn and unleashed some volleys of arrows. Between them and the Bolt Thrower managed to whittle the Hearthguard unit down to half strength. The Wizard cast a Spear of Light onto this unit and eliminated one of the Goblins. And then no casualties at all on that flank. So
lots of good saves here.
Yeah, lots of good saves. So that is the end of Sapphire Elf turn 1. So Horde turn 2. Okay, so turn 2 for the Horde. 1 in Champions, 3 in Warriors, 1 in Minions, and then we've got Let the Blood Run and Me First. Right, so Horde movement, the Hearthguard trying to traverse the river, the Monster and the Warlord have moved up, Trolls are moving towards their bridge, Shaman, Warriors, and the other warriors have moved up. Now, off camera, what's happened is Tom has played Let the
Blood Run.
So 2 units have declared a charge as long as they didn't have any fatigue, and I in turn popped Closing Fire and managed to take down 2 of the mounted warriors as they enter into combat. So Elven Archers are only defense 3, so you've got 6 attacks on 3s. So that's 5 hits.
Wow.
Wowzers. Only 1 death.
Wow.
Wowzers. Okay. Then Return Fight. 6 dice. Hitting on 4s. 4. 5 ups. And 3 casualties. So the cavalry lose the battle against the archers and will break off.
That's embarrassing.
Right, so the cavalry have pulled back.
Embarrassed. They were embarrassed.
Yeah. The buffed unit from the wizard, so he's zapped them with some mushroom power.
Yeah.
And
Cleaving Blades and Violence.
They've
give them
charged
14 attacks, re-rolling 1s and 2s,
yeah,
3s to
my
hit.
defense is only 3, so re-rolling everything.
Which is bloody handy.
Okay, so 5 misses with it. And still a couple, so 12. Right, I've only got 6 guys, so let's see how they get on. So first lot, 2 dead, and then the next lot still could go here. Yeah, they're gone. So I only say 4, so yeah, they're dead. Boom. And their return attack 2, 4, 6, needing 4s. 3, 5 ups. They did take 2 down, so not too bad. Turn 2 for the Sapphire Elves, and we've got Champions, 2 in Fighters, 2 in Minions, Enfilade, Closing Fire and Warcry on the board. So end of turn 2 for the Sapphire Elves. Bolt Throwers managed to put a wound on the Trolls. A couple more of the Squig Hearthguard fell to arrows, even though they had the extra bonus for being in cover. The Dragon Prince Hearthguard have advanced around the edge of the hill. The captain issued a We Obey order to the Foot Hearthguard, advanced them up and then took position on the bridge. And that's basically it. So end of turn 2. Okay, so Horde turn 3, we've got 3 activations in Champions, 1 in Minions, we've got Let the Blood Run, Me First and the Power of Steel. So the 2 angry squigs have charged the Tree Man. They've popped Me First as well as the Power of Steel.
The Power of Steel.
Which, with all the modifiers, has resulted in 6 damage to the Tree Man. So saving for the Tree Man. Saved 2, so he takes 4 points of damage. The brave squigs have dished out some serious fatigue to the tree man, who failed to even kill a squig and retreats back as fast as he can walk and charge. So Let the Blood Run was played by Tom, and the squigs subsequently charged again into the archers, who managed to take the 2 squigs out for the loss of only 1 archer, which was impressive. Better than the tree man anyway.
Then for the second charge,
yep,
we will declare we'll use the cav into the...
Okie dokie, no problem. Okay, so you tried the charge with 3 of the squigs and popped closing fire, taking 1 down, and then 1 casualty each in combat, effectively meaning the remaining squig cavalryman has had to pull back. End of Horde turn 3 roundup. The monster and the warlord have crossing the river. The goblin warrior unit have wiped out the 2nd archer unit, and that's about it. So we're going into turn 3 for the Sapphire Elves, and on the board we've got 2 in champions, 2 in fighters, 1 in minions. We've got Banish Evil, Closing Fire, and Warcry. Okay, so the captain flew over and issued the We Obey order to the bolt thrower, and it literally went straight through a bit of unwanted flesh on the trolls, so they weren't fussed by that at all. The monster is going to rest for 1 action. The tree man has done that. So archers are going to shoot at the war boss. Okay, so recap on the turn. The captain on the Griffin went in and had a double dab at the Horde Shaman and managed to take him down in the end. The Elven Warlord ran over the bridge and then used another activation to charge the trolls. Has exhausted them, but at the cost of 3 fatigue for himself, so that's not good. And we are now into Horde turn 4. So to turn 4 for the Horde. No abilities played, just activations, as wants to get some charges off. Got 1 in champions, 2 in fighters, and 2 in the minions. Okay, let's see how turn 4 plays out. So the warlord's gone in and wiped out the archers, but they did manage to put 1 wound back on him, and then he took the 2nd fatigue for the combat. Subsequently, the archer unit to the left and the tree man both took fatigue for the unit being wiped out. Secondary, the Mangler Squig stroke Behemoth has charged in, but it's had to wade through the water, so it's taken a fatigue on the way through. But the tree man is in bad condition. Well, the fact he's the Titan help him against the Behemoth. Okay, so you've got 14 dice.
14 dice.
Minus 1 for your fatigue. So
13 dice.
You're hitting on 5s.
Oh. Hitting on 5s.
Mm-hmm. Oh my
wow, that's 2.
So it'll be enough to at least exhaust me, but you can't kill me.
That's good though.
Do exhaust me. So the tree man gets 10 minus 3 because he's got 3 fatigue. 3, 6, 7. But he is hitting on 4s. A little bit better.
Much
5.
better.
And 5 ups.
5s and 5s. 1, 2.
Take 3 damage, so you've got resilience 2, so it's 2 fatigue, and then 1 for the end of the combat. So we are both literally duking it out and both exhausted on 4 fatigue each.
We have run out of...
Okay, so turn 4, quick recap after the Sapphire Elves. So not too much to report, other than the important loss of the Horde Behemoth taken down by the High Elf Archers, or Sapphire Archers. The Griffin captain flew over, having rested, and we obeyed the tree man to rest. Other than that, half guard across the road to try and create a block on the goblin unit there, and also the trolls suffered a lightning bolt and are now fatigued again. Right, so turn 5 for the Horde. So the Horde definitely need a good turn 5. They've stacked the fighters option with 4 dice and 1 in endurance as well. Okay, so Tom has gone for it this time. He knows that worst case, even if he loses, it's going to be a draw for the day. He's getting all ballsy. Skarsnik, having taken down a bone giant in the first game, is now trying to take down a tree man. He's mad on mushrooms, that guy. Right, so we're both on 5s. Neither party has decided to use fatigue. However, the tree man has popped Shield of Bravery, giving him +3 defense dice. So let's see how we go.
10 dice, looking for 5.
Yeah.
That's better than last time.
4?
Yeah, 4.
Okay, so 4 plus the 3, and I only need to save 4. And I saved 2. So that's 1 fatigue, takes me to 4. That's the second one, which kills the tree man. So the tree man is dead. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, because I had 3 fatigue, so I lose 1 for every one I had. So I've got 7 dice hitting on 5s. Bit better.
That's good.
4 hits back. 5 hits back, sorry. And 5 or 6 to save. And 3 casualties. That is 2 fatigue for the war boss. He's resilience 2. So
imposing determination, presence, and
yeah,
pride.
so he takes 2 fatigue.
2 fatigue.
And he is exhausted.
Oh,
is he imposing?
Yeah.
He is, so he is alive. And the tree man collapses.
Yeah.
And also dishes out another fatigue to the bolt thrower. Don't know about the other one. It's within short.
Oh, is it within short of him, not within?
Yeah, within short of him. So yeah, I think they do actually.
Oh well, we'll take my least over there.
Not quite on the prince.
Get rid of that tree man.
The grots on the hill have finally made their move down into the Hearthguard. 11 dice hitting on 4s because they've got double-handed weapons, but the elves will be hitting back on 3s. Right, so what we're going to do is we're going to fire at the warlord, and you've popped
endurance.
Endurance.
Or
so
endurance.
Skarsnik now has heavy cover, so we need 6s, and we got 1.
Got 1.
Could still take him down. No.
Oh, defended by the moon.
The bad moon looks after him. Okay. Okay, so after the abysmal shooting, the bolt thrower tried to shoot the trolls, but Tom realised that they had 2 fatigue and cancelled the activation. Well done, Tom. Next, we are going to activate the wizard.
Your boss, your big boss, came in and tickled 2 goblins. Mine's
did.
Killing gargants over there.
Yeah, he's an elf. Okay, so he's going to go up to there. Techless. Okay, and he's going to cast his spells. Okay, so the elf wizard has cast Bolt on Skarsnik. They have an opportunity to take him down. 2 dice. We need 1 5 to take him down, and we get it. Boom, and he takes casualties. So 5 up. 1 dice. 4 up actually, because it was shooting, but
doesn't matter anyway.
He is dead. He gets lightning bolted, and Skarsnik of 8 peaks killed by Techless.
Oh, story is up.
So the warlord went in, popped Banish Evil with the upgrade, which gave him the +1 as well as the extra 2 attacks, and did take 1 damage off the trolls and then 1 for the combat. But the trolls and Skarsnik are no longer. So turn 6. The Horde can only generate 1 dice, so it's not game over because they have a unit active, so they have 1 dice to try and get some more points on the board. Turn 6 battle board. The elves smell the goblin blood and are going for the out and out kill, so let's see if they manage to do it. Okay, so at the end of the battle, the last 2 remaining goblins managed to skulk off into the the twilight, and the elves managed to get more units across the board. Just not enough able to finish them off, and the goblins run home to tell the tale of Skarsnik, tree killer.
They've gone to get more boys.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, they've gone to get more boys.
Okay, alright then, so there we go. Alright, so that's the end of the battle, and we'll let the scores out. Right then, so
End of game 2.
End of game 2. The crossing was well, the Elves did it.
The Elves did it.
The
I mean,
Elves did it.
you picked. All I'm saying is, you picked your army and you picked the map and you picked one with all archers and water down the middle. But they did do it. What an epic fight it was, though.
Well, we haven't done this one,
So, it's an
yeah.
interesting
And in
mission.
fairness, we didn't realise it was going to be split. That probably didn't actually work for the Elves too much because I had all my archers in
You
one
did,
unit,
yeah.
and that sort of crumbled quite relatively quickly. But fortunately, I had a lot of my strength on.
I had to make a choice which one I was going to go for. And I was like, let's take out the archers.
Yeah,
So we tried to take out the archers, which left to a brilliant one-on-one scrap, tree man versus little goblin.
Yeah.
So-
Again, close. I mean, obviously, turn 5 and 6. It was all basically elf. But I think really up until turn 4, it was still close. I think if you just had a couple of better rolls, or if I hadn't got away with, there was one combat, wasn't there, which was properly swingy. Obviously, you had your cavalry down here, didn't you?
I had 3 dice at the beginning, which slows half the army down, and then my cavalry were terrible.
I mean, again, in scenarios like this where you do, I had the advantage of last turn as well, so I didn't have to engage. If I needed to, I could have just literally double activated to get across the river. That's always going to be an advantage in this scenario. Again, 3 dice to start with. Possibly not that bad in fairness, because it got you a bit closer, but you're still out of range of a lot of these shooting. Yeah, unfortunately the river really did hold you. I think you probably would have been better in hindsight moving towards the bridge.
Then I just would have met you before the bridge.
Well, yeah, but again, you had quite a powerful force there, and you know, again, if we'd had a fight that side of the bridge, you would have been out of the range of all my archers.
That's true. Had I known the rules, had I known it was nearly a triple activation to get through the river. But you learn.
Yeah, exactly.
You learn,
and it's very thematic, seeing little goblins and
drowning,
getting shot.
Yeah.
It's a bit like wildebeest and alligators waiting for them.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it's like watching a nature documentary.
Yeah.
But I still gave as good as I got.
No,
so I'm happy with that.
And the elves that weren't protected by the river, they died very quickly. They properly died. But again, you know, it's one of those that shows the fact that I did have the advantage of having a flyer as well. So again, that gives me quite a lot of mobility on the board, which the Horde didn't have.
No.
But again, they did have a lot of numbers. So, and trolls, who didn't get to the bridge, man.
They didn't get to the bridge. No, they did beat your boss up a little bit. But
all right then. So if you'd like that, please like it and subscribe. Obviously, check out jesterstyles.com for some really great magic stuff. It'll come and do weddings, bar mitzvahs.
Anything.
Basically, we're at the end of COVID lockdown, so pretty much
anything.
Even if you just want him to turn up and do card tricks whilst doing the washing up in your house, you'll probably do that for the right money
at the moment.
So yeah, it's desperate times of this situation. So enjoy.
But at least it means I'm free on days.
There is that. So again. And I know he wants to play with Rumble Slam, so we'll do that.
I'll definitely make some Rumble Slam videos.
All right, so nice to see you and play, and we'll see you soon.
See you soon.